333 Commerce, citizens of Gotham, what is happening? The Pool Boys are back, baby, and the tournament is done. It is time to crown a new champion. But before we get into all the action, let's take a look at some highlights from the actual tournament.
And that will do it. It's a Michigan masterpiece. The Wolverines advance to the national championship game. UConn, all they do is win. And it's over. Hail to the champions. Hail to Michigan. For the first time in 37 years, the Wolverines.
So it brought us down to the final four teams, and by far these were the greatest, the fantastic, fabulous, whatever you want to call them. They were the final ones. And in the second semifinal game, we had the two juggernauts going up against each other. The 2-1 seeds, Michigan, Arizona, thought this could be the preemptive title game because these two were so highly touted. But in the end, Michigan just kind of trounced them. Michigan just took them apart piece by piece, looked unstoppable. Michigan continued their streak of scoring 90 points in the tournament in all the first 5 games.
Absolutely rolling. On the other side of the bracket, we had UConn with another inevitable run here in the tournament. They take down Illinois in a very close back and forth game. UConn held on for their third Final Four, the third championship appearance in the last 4 years. Unprecedented. It hasn't happened since the UCLA team of the old 60s and 70s. These guys were on fire, leading to a great national championship matchup.
And speaking of that national championship, it was the kind of the tale of two sides in the title game. UConn 6-0 in the title. Michigan 1-6. One of them was maybe one would stay true, or the trend will be bucked. In the end, it was a back and forth game, and Michigan was able to hold off UConn to win their first title since 1989. Fab Five was loving it, even though they never won, but they loved the fact that they could say, go blue, they were the champs, shocked the world. Wolverines did it.
Quick plug, the Fab Five Altcast during the Final Four game against Arizona was one of my all-time favorite sports moments as an adult. That was fantastic. Really took me back.
Must have been a little awkward for Juwan Howard, but good for him. I was impressed.
All right, that caps it off for the tournament itself. Go blue, I'm excited about that, but before we get to your top three finishers, we have got to spend a little bit of time remembering the folks in the brackets that we lost along the way. First up, SJ, Shonda Jenkins. Woof, Shonda, this was not great. A lot of red on this bracket. In fact, 3 of your Final Four teams were red teams, but all of your Final Four teams were wrong. So, Wisconsin, St. John's, Houston, Kentucky. Woof, not your best effort. I would have said it's a randomized bracket, but there's a lot of 1 seeds advancing. Usually those are gone way earlier, so I think you just picked terribly, and I hate that for you, but we're going to give you a shout out here. Gone but not forgotten, Shonda.
Never forgotten. We will never forget those picks. Up next, we got CD Wonder, Connor Dunn. Connor, I do wonder what you were thinking with these picks, with Purdue and Purdue versus St. Louis. Purdue's not too bad, but the Billikens making it all the way to the championship. Houston was gone way earlier. You know what? I was wondering, but Connor, you're done.
You're done. Wonder no more.
Miss you.
Gone too soon. How about Purple Time? Jenny Drunkenmiller. Might have been drunken when she made this bracket. Took the Dookies. Drunken on Miller, drinking Miller Lite. Took the Dookies to win. Hate that for you. Hate that for everybody. Nebraska Final Four, interesting pick. Actually, don't hate that one, but didn't happen. Arkansas, Alabama, a lot of red teams here as well. A lot of red because your Final Four was busted. Yeah, none of them. And you call yourself Purple Time, but you only picked one purple team to advance. That was TCU in the first round, and then you had them going out. Where's your love here? Huh? High Point? Nothing? They actually ended up winning. How about Prairie View over Florida? That would have been something.
That'd have been fun. You're
a purple poser is what you are. Being Drunken Miller. I'll never forget this.
In memoriam?
Yeah. Sorry for your loss.
Happy memories of you? Unclear. All right. Well, moving on from the in memoriam and flip it on its head, I guess, to think of more happy times. Let's go with that. It's been a long, grueling tournament, and as we said, there's going to be a lot of movement on that leaderboard. And now it is time to celebrate those final top 3 finishers. And so coming in third place, making the podium, getting that bronze medal, you got to give it up to T-Dubs 2026, Tammy Welch, coming over with 126 points. Had Michigan as the champion, and you know what? That was the only Final Four team you had, but it was the only one you needed because they won the ship and got you into third. So congratulations.
Good enough. Way to go, Tammy. Calling it out, man. Let's take a look at second place here. Very close. Second place with 127 points.
Oh.
We've got Yoonji H. That's
Woo!
right, Yoonji Wong. Well done, Yoonji. Yoonji's actually a Michigan grad, so taking a bit of a homer pick here. Took Michigan to win the whole thing, and guess what?
Love it.
She is loving life right now. Yoonji, well done. Had Arizona in the Final Four as well. Great job, Yoonji.
Well done. Second place.
Second place.
Okay. You got third. You got second. Now it is time to finally see who can be crowned number one and the 333 Commerce champion for 2026. It's time to unveil the champion. And it is... That's right, it is Valerie Segundo of AT&T. Congratulations, you won the championship with 130 points. You had those Michigan Wolverines winning it all. You had Illinois in the Final Four. So congratulations, those two big, bold picks got you over the hump, got you that crown, got you that trophy, the belt, the medal, whatever you want, you got it because you are number one. Congratulations. It was a long ride. You're here for it, and you did it.
Let's go, Val. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, whew. All right, so we got our top three finishers, and now it's time to take one final look at your final leaderboard and to see who was able to make it in the top 10 at the end of this craziness. So there's going to be a lot of Michigans on here. As we said, in the top three, we got Val with 130, going with the Wolverines. 2, we had Yoon H with 127, again with those Michigan Wolverines. 3rd, we had T-Dubs 2026, 126. All right, now we're coming in and just missing the podium. In 4th place was Softwell 5936. You had 125, also going with those Michigan Wolverines. In 5th place, we had Belvaberg 15132. Maybe I did the wrong emphasis on the numbers, but hey, 122 points with Michigan. And then in 6th place, going with our final Michigan pick, we had Huge Gear 5653 with 117 points. All right, now these are going down to the people who did not pick Michigan. So to make it in the top 10 without finding a champion, pretty impressive. So in 7th, we had Thoink with 105 points, going with them Gators. J-Deuce 8 with 97 points, and those Wildcats of Arizona. Then we had TH72 with the Dukies with 96 points. And then in 10th place, we had Becker, or Becker, whatever you want to tell me. We got 94 points, also going with the Blue Devils. So there it is, your final top 10 for the 2026 edition of March Madness with the Pool Boys. Congratulations.
Shout out Thoink, losing your champion in the second round. So hanging on this long.
Right?
Really, really good stuff otherwise. All right, guys. Well, it has been a great March Madness bracket. We've loved making these videos with you guys, and we've got to give a special shout out to a couple of folks who made this thing happen for us. So as always, we are so thankful for Gibson Roth, your property manager extraordinaire at the Batman building. Thank you, Gibson, for trusting us with this process here. And sitting in the wheelchair in a full body cast, how about Tony Bachman? We've been holding on to this ace up our sleeve the entire time, Tony. Not only did you take the Dukies to win your tournament, loser, but also poor Tony. Actually, do feel really bad about this. Tony is laid up with 2 completely busted knees from a unfortunate trampoline park incident.
I can't even read them.
Yeah, I did that one time with my kids and realized I'm too old for that. Ain't doing it anymore.
Too old for this.
I'm too old for this shit.
I do hope you rest up and feel better, my friend. But and thank you, of course, for letting us do this. But also, What were you thinking? What were you thinking, Tony? What were you thinking? You're getting the March Madness spirit, I think, and he thought he was going to dunk.
Again, I feel like, Kemper, you're feeling a little spicy today, giving in those, like, throwing some bows and stuff in the in memoriam and the thanks. Like, haha, thanks, but haha, gotcha.
Keyboard warrior, I'm back here behind the camera, man.
I'm here for it. Also, quick shout out in the top 3. It was all ladies, so give it up to the ladies who are representing in this bracket. Top 3 finishers.
Let's go. Who run the world right there?
Who run it? That's right. Well, Triple Trace Commerce, we have had an amazing time this March Madness season. It was a spectacular run. We crowned a champion on the hard court, crowned a champion in your pool, and we were here for all the excitement and the action. We again just want to thank all of you for participating. We love going through all your picks, and hopefully you enjoyed our videos as well. Coming up in the fall, we got NFL Survivor, some college football pick'em. We would love to see you back. But in the meantime, for one last time, the Pool Boys are